Himeji Castle, Japan's elegant medieval stronghold. Picture a fortress rising from the morning mist, its white walls gleaming like fresh snow against the dawn sky. You might think you're looking at a scene from a fairy tale, but this is Himeji Castle, Japan's most magnificent medieval stronghold. Unlike the stone castles of Europe, Japanese castles tell a different story, one of elegance merged with military might, where samurai lords created fortresses that were both deadly efficient and breathtakingly beautiful. Today, we're exploring Japan's 10 most awe-inspiring castles, each hiding secrets that even most Japanese don't know. These aren't just military fortresses, they're architectural masterpieces that have survived earthquakes, wars, and the relentless march of time. And trust me, what you're about to discover will change how you see Japanese history forever. Let's start with the crown jewel, Himeji Castle. Known as the White Heron Castle, it's the finest surviving example of Japanese castle architecture. But don't let its elegant appearance fool you. This castle was designed to be a death trap for invading armies. Its seemingly simple layout is actually an intricate maze where attacking forces would get lost and confused, making them easy targets for defenders. Imagine being an invading samurai in the 17th century. You've made it past the outer walls, feeling confident. But suddenly you realize you're caught in a spiral of narrow passages and dead ends. Above you, hidden gun ports and arrow slits cover every angle. The white walls aren't just for show. They're made of fireproof plaster, and their elegant design allows defenders to drop stones or pour boiling oil on attackers. Even the cherry trees in the castle grounds weren't just for beauty. Their falling petals would reveal invisible attackers trying to sneak in during spring. But perhaps the most ingenious feature of Himeji Castle is its trick stones. These special stones in the castle walls were designed to be easily removed, allowing defenders to rain down projectiles on invaders. Yet in over 400 years, Himeji Castle has never fallen to an enemy attack. Not even the extensive bombing of World War II could bring it down. It was one of the few buildings left standing in Himeji City after the war. Moving to our second castle, we find ourselves at Osaka Castle, a structure that tells the story of one of Japan's most remarkable men, Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Born a peasant, Hideyoshi rose to become Japan's supreme ruler, and his castle reflected his meteoric rise. When first built, Osaka Castle was the largest and most impressive fortress in all of Japan. Its main tower was covered in gold leaf, and the castle's stone walls were so massive that they created their own microclimate, with temperatures noticeably cooler inside the castle grounds. But here's something most tourist guides won't tell you. Beneath Osaka Castle lies a network of underground chambers and passages that even today haven't been fully explored. These tunnels weren't just for escape. They were part of an elaborate system for storing food and weapons. During sieges, the castle could sustain its defenders for months, even years. The castle's current reconstruction might look impressive, but the original was even more magnificent. The golden dolphins that once adorned its roof were said to be visible from miles away, gleaming in the sun as a symbol of Hideyoshi's power. Our third stop brings us to Kumamoto Castle, known as Ginkgo Castle, for its massive ginkgo tree that has stood watch over the fortress for centuries. Built by the legendary samurai architect Kato Kiyomasa, this castle showcases some of the most advanced defensive features ever designed in Japanese fortification. The stone walls aren't just stacked, they're curved inward, making them nearly impossible to climb while being extremely resistant to earthquakes. This design was so effective that even the devastating 2016 Kumamoto earthquake couldn't fully destroy these walls. What makes Kumamoto Castle truly special is its mushagaishi, special overhanging walls designed to prevent ninja attacks. But here's the fascinating part. These walls weren't just defensive features. They were psychological weapons. The angles and heights were calculated to make attackers feel exposed and vulnerable, often causing them to hesitate at crucial moments. This combination of psychological and physical defense made Kumamoto one of Japan's most formidable fortresses. Moving north, we come to Matsumoto Castle, the Crow Castle. With its striking black exterior and dramatic mountain backdrop, it looks like something out of a samurai movie. But its dark appearance serves a practical purpose. The black wood has been treated with a special mixture that includes charcoal, making it resistant to both fire and insects. This castle holds a unique record. It has the oldest existing donjon, main keep, in Japan, and its wooden interior has never been significantly altered since its construction in 1595. The story of Japanese castles takes an even more fascinating turn when we arrive at Nagoya Castle. Imagine a building so valuable that its most famous decorations were considered national treasures. Two magnificent golden dolphins, each worth more than the entire annual budget of a small modern city. These dolphins, called shachihoko, weren't just for show. They were believed to protect the castle from fire, and ironically, when the original castle burned during World War II, the dolphins had already been safely removed. But here's something that might surprise you. Nagoya Castle was essentially Japan's first smart building. Its construction in 1612 incorporated revolutionary architectural techniques that were centuries ahead of their time. The castle featured a complex water management system that collected rainwater and distributed it throughout the structure, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem. The builders even installed special sound-conducting pipes in the walls, an early warning system that allowed guards to hear approaching intruders from incredible distances. Speaking of technological marvels, let's move to our sixth wonder, Nijo Castle in Kyoto. While other castles were built for war, Nijo Castle was built to impress and intimidate through sheer luxury. This was the stage where the greatest power play in Japanese history unfolded. Here's where it gets interesting. Beneath its golden decorations and magnificent paintings lies one of history's most ingenious security systems, the Nightingale floors. Imagine walking through Nijo Castle's corridors. With each step, the wooden floorboards emit distinct chirping sounds, like birds singing. These sounds aren't a flaw. They're an ingenious security feature. The floors were deliberately designed to squeak in different tones, making it impossible for anyone to move through the castle silently. Even today, you can hear these nightingale floors singing their centuries-old song of vigilance. But here's the real secret. Each section of the floor produces a slightly different sound, creating a kind of musical map that allowed guards to track movement throughout the castle just by listening. As we journey north, we encounter Hirosaki Castle, which tells a completely different story. Built in Japan's snow country, this castle had to contend with environmental challenges that its southern cousins never faced. The castle's designers created innovative solutions for dealing with heavy snowfall, including specially angled roofs and reinforced support beams. But what makes Hirosaki truly special is its perfect harmony with nature. In spring, over 2,500 cherry trees transform the castle grounds into a pink wonderland, creating what many consider Japan's most beautiful hanami, cherry blossom viewing spot. But there's more to Hirosaki than meets the eye. The castle's location was chosen not just for military advantages, but also for its alignment with the stars. The main tower was positioned to catch the first light of the spring equinox, creating a spectacular visual effect that would have reminded everyone of the daimyo's divine authority. This combination of military pragmatism, astronomical precision, and aesthetic beauty perfectly encapsulates the sophisticated thinking behind Japanese castle design. Moving to our eighth marvel, Inuyama Castle stands as Japan's oldest original wooden castle keep. While many Japanese castles are reconstructions, Inuyama's main tower has survived since 1537, making it a unique window into medieval Japanese architecture. But what's truly remarkable about Inuyama isn't just its age. It's the stories hidden in its wooden beams. Recent infrared scanning has revealed hundreds of medieval graffiti marks left by the original builders, giving us unprecedented insights into the lives of common people from nearly 500 years ago. The castle's location along the Kiso River made it a crucial checkpoint for controlling trade routes, but its true genius lies in its optical illusions. The castle appears to have 4 stories from the outside, but actually contains 6 levels within. This architectural sleight of hand confused potential attackers about the castle's true size and layout. Even more cleverly, the castle's seemingly vulnerable wooden walls were actually more earthquake-resistant than stone construction, allowing it to survive numerous natural disasters that destroyed newer, supposedly stronger castles. What's particularly fascinating about Inuyama Castle is its integration of multiple architectural styles. The castle was built during a period of intense cultural exchange with China and Korea, and keen observers can spot elements from both these cultures cleverly adapted to Japanese needs. For instance, the castle's distinctive roof design combines Chinese sweeping eaves with Japanese practical considerations for snow and rain management. This multicultural influence makes Inuyama Castle a unique textbook of East Asian architectural history. Our journey through Japan's magnificent castles continues with Okayama Castle, known as the Crow Castle, for its distinctive black exterior. But don't let its ominous appearance fool you. This castle tells one of Japan's most remarkable stories of cultural preservation. While most Japanese castles were painted white, Okayama's builders chose black lacquer for a fascinating reason. The color actually contained ground pearl shells, creating a subtle iridescent effect that would have made the castle shimmer mysteriously in moonlight. What makes Okayama Castle truly unique is its relationship with the adjacent Korakuen Garden, considered one of Japan's 3 great gardens. This wasn't just about aesthetics. The garden was designed as an integral part of the castle's defensive system. Its carefully planned ponds could be flooded to create additional moats, while its scenic hills concealed weapon caches and observation points. It's probably the only castle in the world where the defensive features are so beautiful that most visitors don't even realize they're looking at military installations. Finally, we arrive at our 10th marvel, Kochi Castle, one of only 12 Japanese castles that have survived in their original form since the Edo period. What makes Kochi Castle special isn't just its preservation, it's the fact that it's the only castle in Japan where all the original buildings from the Lord's private quarters to the main tower remain intact. Walking through Kochi Castle is like stepping into a time machine to the age of samurai. The castle's design incorporates some fascinating architectural tricks. The stairs in the main tower are deliberately uneven. Each step is a slightly different height than the last. This wasn't poor craftsmanship. It was a security measure. Anyone familiar with the castle could climb these stairs quickly in the dark, but intruders would trip and stumble, giving defenders a crucial advantage. These 10 castles represent different aspects of Japanese ingenuity and cultural values. From Himeji's brilliant white walls to Okayama's pearl-infused black exterior, from Osaka's golden grandeur to Kochi's practical innovation, each castle tells a unique story about Japan's history and the people who shaped it. Unlike European castles, which were typically built to withstand sieges, Japanese castles were designed to prevent battles from happening in the first place, through a combination of psychological warfare, optical illusions, and displays of wealth and power. They combined art and warfare, beauty and function, in ways that Western fortifications rarely attempted. Today, these castles stand as testaments to Japan's incredible architectural heritage. They've survived earthquakes, fires, wars, and the relentless march of modernization. Each one holds countless stories waiting to be discovered. Stories of samurai honor, architectural innovation, and the delicate balance between power and beauty that characterized Japan's feudal age. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Japan's most amazing castles. If you enjoyed discovering these architectural marvels and their fascinating stories, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have many more incredible stories about Japan's hidden history waiting to be told. Hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss our next adventure into Japan's fascinating past. Until next time, sayonara from the land of the rising sun.